Hey everyone, welcome back. As always, I'm Sum.
And I'm Cody, and this is Cody Sum, and we are the duo that does more than each other.
So today we are live. We have our YouTube
from our bedroom.
but no, we are for those listening on the podcast, wherever you're listening from. We are recording this episode live for YouTube, so we have a whole audience of our YouTube subscribers watching. And today we are going to do another episode of Blame It On Us, where we do a full episode full of your confessions, where you guys submitted the tea, and we're going to give our uncensored, unfiltered, and unqualified advice. We've been living together for 6 months, and we split rent, bills, and groceries evenly. It sounds fair, but he makes double what I do. When I mentioned maybe splitting things by income, he said, I don't want money to be part of a power dynamic, which, okay, but it already is because I'm constantly broke. How do couples talk about money without it turning into a guilt trip or class war?
We've already had one very similar to this.
Yeah, but this guy's asking for actually advice of how do you talk about money? Like, how do couples? I mean, money's the number one reason for divorce when people start having money issues.
I mean, I don't think somebody should be paying more because they make more. I mean, one, it also is determining on how much more are they making, and are they forcing you to live a lifestyle that is out of your income bracket? That's when you question it.
Yeah.
You know
This one, he says he makes double. I would say that I think it should come into play. Again, like you said,
Well,
it depends on what kind of life.
Not husband, right?
Well, they've been living. It didn't say. It just said we've been living together for 6 months.
I also think it
doesn't say boyfriend or
if you're
husband.
not legally married either, I don't think that's something you should ask of somebody. You know, you aren't officially tied together legally. It's one thing if you're married and you have some kids or you share, you know what I mean? Or if it's a mortgage in both of your names, you know what I mean? That's different.
Yeah.
But if it's just rent and you've been together a year and you moved in together, I don't know. I think the relationship should be even still.
I think they should have talked about it when they were moving in together.
Yeah.
Like, if you were going to move in together, don't move into a place where your half of the rent is going to make you broke.
Yes.
You know, they should have had that discussion.
Well, yeah, that's
if you want to live in this $5,000 a month rent, I make this much. I can only afford $1,000 a month to split evenly. Then you have that discussion. Then,
but also it's like, say they live together and then this person has gotten a raise or a promotion and now they make more, and all of a sudden oh, you make more now, you should pay more. But we got this based on our older budgets. I don't think that person would deserve to pay more money.
No.
You know?
I don't either.
And
I think in this scenario,
for me, if I made more money and we were splitting the rent, you know me, I'd be using that money for us anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's it's take it for rent, or I'm gonna pay for dinner or whatever.
I think it's always good to pay something, because you don't want that power dynamic where if someone starts to feel like they're taking care of you, they're going to end up using it against you. Like, whether they say oh, I just want to make your life comfortable. If someone starts to feel like they're taking care of your life financially, they're going to start trying to have a say in your life and what you do. It just comes out. It comes out in fights. It comes out in resentments.
I'm from a family of parents who were married at 18 and always shared a bank account, and they had a very nasty divorce, and the finances were a disaster. And from that experience, I will always want to have my own finances and just split things evenly, because the trauma from that experience it's still lingering every day in my family. And it is just it's not worth it. And, if you're going to build a life with someone, especially moving in with them, you need to talk about that stuff before you live together, because,
definitely,
if you start bringing up stuff like, oh, you need to be paying more money because you make more money and you've already been splitting the rent, that's just going to cause some problems, in my opinion.
I think that people need to be able to talk about finance and money in general, though. It doesn't need to be you make more, you need to pay more. It could just be hey, after all these bills, this is what I have. So I really, if you're I don't have any extra money for travel or this, then maybe you do start talking about okay, well, I'm making more. Let me take care of, if we want to go out to dinner, I'll take care of that. Or hey, maybe for this next trip, I'll buy the flights, be able to be vulnerable and have conversations around money without making demands.
But it's also I make a lot, but I have a lot more bills than you. So it's that, you gotta take that into account.
We just haven't been
Just
in this
'cause-
scenario.
Yeah, just
I guess-
because he makes more, does maybe he has a lot of school loans, or you know, it's got to be kind of like, what is his cash fund after all the bills and after all the paychecks,
Right.
you know?
Also that.
You can't just assume, oh, they make $1 million, maybe they have a $500,000 house or mortgage that they're paying on somewhere, you know? It's
Ooh, a secret life.
a
Another secret family.
It's a gray area.
They have another
so,
secret mortgage somewhere because they have a secret family on the side.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like
Overall,
finances.
definitely talk about that before you move in together.